I'm Moses from SportsMania Talk Shows. Today we have a very interesting show. We will be doing a top 10 Premier League predictions. We will be discussing if the Bundesliga title race is over and predicting if Cam Newton will be on an NFL roster by the start of the NFL season. If so, which team? That leads us to our next segment. The Premier League has been very competitive for the second, third, and fourth spots this year. But that means that the number one team has to be Liverpool. I mean, is there any question about it? I mean, 82 points in 29 games, 27 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Virgil van Dijk, number one in passes. And the whole team is number one in clean sheets. That's insane. So I don't even need to talk anymore about Liverpool. That they are the best team to come out of the Premier League since the 2008 Manchester United team, and they still might be better than that team. At number 2, we're going to have Man City. This team is incredible. Kevin De Bruyne leads the league in assists with 16. Furthermore, the team overall leads the league in goals with 68, passes with 18,926, and crosses with 718. All that works because they are second place with 57 points and 18 wins. Next, I'm going to go with Chelsea. This team is top 5 in goals, passes, and crosses. They have a good goal scorer in Tammy Abraham, and they have a good passer with Jorginho. Chelsea takes my number 3 position. Manchester United take my number 4 spot. The reason is they are a high attacking team with 6th place in goals and 6th place in passes. They rank top 10 in clean sheets as well. David De Gea is one of the best goalkeepers in Europe, coming in at 8 clean sheets. Harry Maguire is 8th in passes. They also have a very strong and reliable goal scorer in Marcus Rashford. Leicester City has secured my number 5 position, mainly in part because they have Jamie Vardy, the league's Golden Boot frontrunner, who I think will win the Golden Boot. They have a top 3 defense, a top 3 goal-scoring team, and a top 5 passing team. This Leicester team has the potential to be a team that's very good. I'm sorry, Spurs fans, for ranking you so low at number 6, but without Harry Kane, your team is not as good. But because this is a scenario where everyone is healthy, Harry Kane is on your team. I think that Jose Mourinho is not a good fit, and you should have kept with Pochettino. Number 7 goes to Wolves. Now you might be thinking, Moses, you're crazy. How could you put them ahead of Arsenal or Sheffield United? Adama Traore really reminds me of a worse Mbappe. Does he remind you of you like that? Comment down below. Raul Jimenez is a top 10 goal scorer who I think is very reliable. And Rui Patricio is also top 10 except for he is in clean sheets. Wolves are 7th in the league in goals scored and 10th in the league in total passes and 9th in clean sheets. That puts Wolves, for me, at number 7. For me, the 8th best team in the Premier League is Arsenal. They're the 9th best team rankings-wise, but I just think that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is such a great player. It could just be that I like Dortmund, but I think he is a great player, very reliable, and I think he's blossoming into his full potential. Arsenal, I like Unai Emery's coaching style. I think he could improve a little bit on defense and buy some defenders. Dog Louise. But he is a good coach nonetheless. 40 goals, 8th place in the league. Also 8th place in passes. They're nowhere to be found on the clean sheets or crosses list. Probably because they're wingers and their defense is subpar. That is why Arsenal is 8th. 9 is Sheffield United. So, the real reason why I think Sheffield United is number 9 is on the back of Dean Henderson. He and Nick Pope are, I think, top 3 best goalies, right? In the top 3 best goalies in the future for the Premier League. I think they're both top 5 goalies in the Prem behind Alisson, De Gea, and Schmeichel. I think that Nick Pope is number 4 and Dean Henderson is number 5. But they are still a pretty reliable team in clean sheets with 3rd place at 10. And yeah, they have the 4th most crosses. This team thrives on defense. And if I were them, I would buy some attackers, but their defense is perfect. And finally, the 10th best team in the Premier League is the controversial Burnley. Now, many people are probably thinking that I have gone insane, but I cannot stress to you the importance of a great goalie, and that is Nick Pope, who is leading the league in clean sheets as a player. They also have number 2 as a team in clean sheets. Another team that reminds me a lot of Sheffield United, they are number 8 in crosses. This is a really good team with some really good players. And yeah, that's why they take my number 10 spot. Our next topic is the Bundesliga title race over? I think so. This is the problem. Dortmund is down by 6 points. Bayern does have a hard schedule though, going against Kai Havertz's Leverkusen and Mönchengladbach. I think that they'll lose to Leverkusen, but they'll beat Mönchengladbach and win out for the rest of the season. That puts them at a high total. But I do not think that they will be able to get past Leverkusen. Dortmund, I do think will get 2nd place. Their hardest game, the only game where I think that they can't or that they won't win or have some trouble is against Leipzig, and I think that they will have 1 point. They will have a draw against Leipzig. Yeah. So I do not think that Bayern will lose. I think that they'll win yet again. But here's the interesting thing about the Bundesliga right now. I think that the top 5 can get very interesting right now. Because remember, if there is European competition next year because of the Caro something, then we will as of right now we'll have Bayern, Dortmund, Leverkusen, and RB Leipzig. I think that will stay true. I think that those 4 teams will make it to the to Champions League, and I think Mönchengladbach will barely fall out and go back to the Europa League next year. But maybe Leverkusen will win the Europa League, which is another topic for another video. Our final topic for today's episode is, will Cam Newton be on an NFL roster by the beginning of next season, and which team will that be? I do think that he'll be on an NFL roster. I don't think that he'll have the starting position. Maybe the Jaguars or the Patriots, possibly the Chargers, will take a chance. Maybe even the Steelers, actually. They might all take a chance and bid on Newton. I think that Newton has to turn down his chaotic his chaotic tendencies if he wants to sign with the Steelers or the Patriots. I think that he would most likely get the most playing time on the Patriots if Stidham does not turn out well. I do think Stidham can turn out well. It would be a gamble to play with the Steelers, Jaguars, or the Chargers because they all have quarterbacks. I think that the safest option, however, would be the Patriots. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. We might upload more depending on how many likes this video gets, but we upload, as of right now, weekly. Make sure you share this with all of your friends. Goodbye.